So, welcome to my podcast, Rallons Ensemble. In English, it will be Let's Complain About It, where we talk about various topics about Swiss society and we share our experiences and we complain a little bit about it. My guest today is my dear friend Jonny. Welcome,
Hello,
Jonny.
thank you.
How are you?
Phenomenal.
Okay,
I'm so
thanks.
excited to be
I'm so
here.
excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. So I will first introduce you.
Okay, great.
So Johnny is from the US, from Boston.
Guilty. Yes.
He works in a big four company. He first came to Switzerland, to Geneva in 2019.
Well, good memory.
Okay.
Yes.
Then went back to the US, then came back to live in Switzerland in Zurich. So now he lives and works in Zurich. This episode will tap into his experience as an expat to explore how living in Switzerland has shaped his view of everyday life, culture, and society in Switzerland. So, welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
I'm so excited. Okay, so to give a little bit of context, we'll first tell about how we meet, how we know each other. I will let you start.
Yeah, we met at work,
Yes.
and I think it was probably when I first started, when I first came to Geneva back in June or July of 2019, because I didn't have a desk at work, which I thought was just so strange, but it was just the way it was. And so I remember like shifting desks every couple of days. And then there was one time that we ended up sitting next to each other
Yeah,
for
exactly.
like a couple weeks.
Yes.
And I just remember thinking like how funny you were.
Thank you
And
so much.
you speak very good English.
Thank you.
And I was very
Trying.
nervous because I don't speak French.
Yes.
And so it's coming to a French speaking office and a workplace was very intimidating. And I just remember I was like, okay, Lena speaks English. We're going to be friends. This is going to be great. And then
It
that's
was
where
great.
it went.
Yes. And for me, I think that it was fun to have someone from the US, someone completely different than anybody else there. So when I saw you, I don't know, I knew that we were going to get along very, very well. And then you sitting next to me, it was really a pleasure to have you
so fun.
at work. It was so fun. Yeah, we had so much fun. So yeah. Then I don't know how, I think first what I really liked about you is that we had, I think, very different point of view on the work there. I think I was very emotionally, personally involved in the work. It was my first real work experience.
Yeah, and it's a tough one to walk into.
Yes.
It really is.
And you seemed more detached from what was going on. So it was very fun to have you. We had, I think, different perspective on the work.
Yeah.
So it was very refreshing, I would say. It was really refreshing to have you there. So yeah.
Well, and it was like easy because to me it felt a little bit like I was a guest, right? Because I was only here temporarily and I didn't know anyone.
Yes.
And so it was so much easier for me to be detached from the work because I also didn't understand half of what we were doing. And so it was just natural to have that sort of, aloofness with how everything worked.
It was so nice.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was like yin and yang.
Yeah, totally. So it was your first time in Switzerland, in the country, when you came?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes, it was interesting.
Okay. I will ask you some questions about your experience in Switzerland.
Yeah.
But first, I want to do a little game.
Okay.
So,
love games.
Okay. So you have a board next to you.
Okay.
You can take it. So it's more about I don't know, talk about what we like, and yeah, what we like to talk about it. So the question is, what do you think is the topic that we talk about the most
Okay.
together?
Yeah.
You can put several,
Okay. Great.
but what do we talk about the most together?
Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
let me think.
there's a few that come to mind.
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully you're going to be able to read my handwriting. I'll have to try and make this extra
Make it a little bit big so we can see on
eligible.
camera.
One of these is not like the other.
Me neither.
Okay. Great.
Okay,
I'm
you
excited.
ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
You count us down.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh,
Yeah. Okay. We matched.
nice. So
Yeah,
you put pop girls and culture work.
Yeah.
And I wrote pop culture's corporate drama.
Okay. So yeah. At least we're on the same page.
That's interesting.
We listen to each other.
Yes.
That's important.
So true. So, first topic. I love to talk pop culture with you.
Love it.
I love it because I think that I consume a lot of content, US content, American.
Yeah.
What's happening there, and people around me not really that much.
I found that in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Because I mean, in the US, we're so ignorant of other cultures and like global pop culture and music and everything. And so, at least from like where I'm from and my friends, we only know about American music and American culture.
Yeah.
And so coming to Switzerland was so different because no one cared.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one cares.
And it was shocking. I was like, this is my whole life. What do you mean you don't care?
People don't know about, I don't know, for example, you would ask, I think most of the people here in Switzerland, for example, SNL, they have no idea what it is. And it's huge in the US.
Huge.
So it's interesting.
And that's like where some of our biggest stars have come from. Like for the late night shows or for any other talk shows, they come from SNL.
Yeah.
It's like such a big feeder into pop culture, and they do such funny skits.
Yeah. So yeah, that's an example.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in that. I don't know why. So I think that we became friends because we shared the same interest in that. So let's talk about pop. You put pop, girlies up, I wrote a pop culture. It's more.
Yeah, more expansive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, there's a lot to talk about. I don't even know where to start. I think like Taylor's gonna have an album soon.
Yes.
It's been a couple of years.
Really?
Where has she been? What is she doing?
I mean, she needs to rest a little bit. It's been crazy.
She doesn't rest. She can't rest. She just bought back her old albums.
Yes.
So that was a big deal. Very happy for her. Beyonce's wrapping up the Cowboy Carter tour.
Yes.
And I really, because you know how she has that flying car that goes around?
I saw that.
And it like fell down.
It almost fell down.
And then Katy Perry also almost fell down off of her like flying butterfly.
Okay.
And I just really think this is my take, we should not be putting these women in the skies. They should be staying on the ground. They should be performing. It's what they do best. We need to keep them safe. Stop putting them in the air.
Yes. That's so true. So true.
And like, it just, I'm excited for Ari. She's going to tour next year, she said. We have Defying Gravity coming out. Like, we've got a lot to look forward to. Exactly. And I'm very, very much involved in what's happening. Yes. Yeah. Corporate drama. There's so much. It's never ending. I mean, the nice thing, I think, working in such a big place, such a big office with so many people, I don't think it's not that very common to work with that much people. No, I mean, in general, there's 400,000 employees. It's crazy. But I don't even know everyone who sits on my floor. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's impossible. So then the gossip comes very quickly. Yeah. And I don't know, because it's my take. Because there's so much tension in this work,
that it makes drama. It's
Yeah.
a bit dramatic. People's reaction, I don't think most of them are not normal reactions. Um, and the fact that a lot of people work in the same place make stories, make,
Yes.
you know,
It does. It does. And it's like when you have um, people and you're a people business, right? People's egos get into it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it starts to cause so much of the drama.
True.
And then it's so funny you said earlier that I was a bit more detached.
Uh-huh.
And I think I try to stay out of the drama.
That's
I'm like,
good.
I can't.
That's
I want to
good.
hear about it as long as I'm not involved in it.
I love to hear
right?
about it. Yeah.
It's just so enticing.
Yeah.
But I want to not
Yeah.
be a part of the drama.
Of course.
That's my goal.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I remember one time, I don't know if you remember, we were in copy of a chain of emails and two different managers, or I
Yeah.
don't know, they were a bit fighting via the emails, and we were just copied on it, and we were just
It's just like a bystander.
following it like, yeah, it was a show.
It is. It is.
It was so funny.
Is.
Yeah.
I mean, work takes up so much of your life. It also provides so much entertainment value as well.
So much.
Right? And then it's like, I remember one of the parties that we had, someone brought in like a pool, like a mini pool into the office.
Crazy.
And I thought that was crazy. Like that was not something you would do. Or
no.
that I've seen in the
anywhere
US.
else.
Yeah,
no. Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we just filled it up and like splashed around. I was like,
was it fun? It's weird a little bit.
Yeah. To be honest, I did not know what was happening. I was so stressed. I was like, if someone finds out, we are all going to be fired. So that was too close for the drama.
Yeah.
It was. But it was definitely an interesting experience.
It's so Yeah. So I think we find the same things funny. So that's why we're so close.
Yeah.
That's why we became friends, because we were, I don't know, we found it so funny.
Well, it's just nice to laugh.
Yeah. Because at that time I wasn't laughing that much.
Different story. Story.
I wasn't. So I will ask you some questions now.
Okay. Yeah.
So the first question is, what surprised you most when you first moved to Geneva? You first moved to Switzerland.
I can't write that all down on this.
No.
Okay.
Forget about this.
Okay, good. Thank you.
We're done.
What surprised me most about Geneva? You know, the thing that always comes first of mind is I think how quiet it is in Geneva. And I think it's a Swiss thing. Now that I've lived in Zurich, I think it's a Swiss thing.
Okay.
But I mean, I grew up in Boston, right? And Boston's not a huge city, but it's like 700,000 people. And I grew up outside of Boston a little bit in the American suburbs.
Okay.
But I went to school in the state. Like I went to work in Boston. And I've never experienced just so much silence as I did when I moved here. And I think it was a bit like where I lived in Geneva. But after work or on the weekends, very, very quiet.
Okay.
And it felt a little scary to me at first, a little like apocalyptic after one of those movies where the zombies come. But now it's one of those things that I value so much about Swiss life. And I think about Geneva. If I lived here now, I would value it so much more than I did at that time. And also like a little bit older now, not, you know, looking to go out all the time. But it was a bit overwhelming because it was so underwhelming.
Yeah. And so different.
So different.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to do. I was like, am I in the wrong place? Like, where is everyone?
Yeah, but it's everywhere the same.
But it's everywhere the same. And but now it's something, it's so funny because now I go home and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so loud and there's too many people here and it's not clean. And, you know, you become so used to what you have. And with Switzerland, for me, it's that silence and the order and the peace that comes with it. It's like very centering and very relaxing.
That's good.
Almost.
Yeah. And I think it's a good thing. I think that even Swiss people value the fact that it's so quiet.
Yes.
Because it's more peaceful.
Yeah.
I think it's more
Yeah,
peaceful
yeah,
in
yeah.
general.
And I mean,
Yeah.
like when I moved here, the real estate agent,
Uh-huh.
she said, she was like, on Sundays you cannot do laundry, you cannot vacuum, you cannot watch TV too loud, you can't make any noise. And I was like, I'm gonna get arrested. I don't even speak French. I'm gonna get arrested and be in jail, and I don't know how to even get myself out of jail. But it's
Yes.
thankfully no one's
There's no
arrested me
bail.
yet.
There's no
Yeah,
bail.
yeah, no bail. Like I don't know anyone here, but it's come full circle. I mean, now
Mhm.
it's just something that I appreciate so
That's
much.
great.
And when I go other places, I'm like, okay, this is not Switzerland. I don't like it here.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's really crazy how that
That's great.
happens.
I love it. So now that you live in Zurich, what would you say are the biggest differences between living in Geneva and living in Zurich?
I mean, besides the fact that I don't speak any German,
Uh-huh.
and I barely spoke any French to begin with,
Okay.
so it's not, I guess, that different. But German is just an impossible language. I'm
Yeah.
so impressed by people who
Swiss
can
German is
speak
very
it.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what everyone tells me. Everyone who's
Yes.
German who moves to Zurich is like, I don't even understand what
Yeah.
people are saying. So, a whole different story.
Mhm.
But the thing, like one of the things I value so much about living here is nature and all of the access to nature. And I
Mhm.
think Zurich, for me, does that better than Geneva does.
Okay.
And I mean, even just, they both have lakes, right?
Mhm.
But in Zurich, you've got these bodies and these bathhouses on the lake
Mhm.
and in the river, and there's, I don't know, maybe 10 of them, right?
Mhm.
I'm just going to estimate. And like when I lived in Geneva, I had, I don't know, maybe like Ban de Paquis or
Mhm.
Petit Plage or
Yes.
something, but it wasn't super close and
Okay.
it didn't feel the same.
Yeah, so you think there's more options in Zurich
I do.
for the lake?
For the lake
Interesting,
and
yeah.
just even to like go skiing or to go
Uh-huh.
hiking, I find it much easier on the train because I
Mhm.
don't have a car.
Yeah.
And being American, I grew up with cars and like
Yes.
have had a car my entire adult life. So like from 16 onwards.
Okay.
And like it just was so different living here without a car
Okay.
and not having the same access to nature. And so I
Okay.
really appreciate Zurich for that.
Okay.
And it just, I think it improves quality of life so much.
Great.
Yeah, I love it.
So you're staying in
As long as they
Zurich?
don't kick me out,
Okay.
yes, I'm staying.
That's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. As an American, what part of Swiss society feels the most foreign to you, and what part feels more familiar?
It's a good question. I think the foreign part, I mean, the language is tough just because
Okay.
I grew up only speaking English. I only speak English.
Mm-hmm.
And so getting over that fear of not being able to interact with people because I don't speak what they're normally speaking was a challenge, and it
Yeah,
still is
of
a
course.
challenge,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I think the other thing that I've read about it online, and I was a little nervous about it, is just how private Swiss people are and how
Mm-hmm.
much they value their privacy.
Mm-hmm.
And so something I was so used to at home is just having friends around me at all times. And it's
Mm-hmm.
because, right, I grew up in Boston, so I have home friends, I have school friends, I have work friends. And then I came here and I didn't have those people.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have to make new friends
Yeah.
in a language I don't speak.
Yeah.
And
A culture that's
the
different.
culture is different. I
Yeah.
don't really understand it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've made friends with expats and like really
Mhm.
great expats and some really great Swiss people.
Yeah.
But I do feel that there's a bit of almost a reluctance
Yeah.
to share between personal and work with
Mhm.
some of my colleagues. And it's
Yeah.
funny because the ones I know better, I ask them about it.
Yeah.
And I say, would you ever like introduce me to your family?
Yeah.
And they'll pause to really think about it.
Uh-huh.
Even people that I would say I'm friends with at work.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, maybe.
Uh-huh.
And so I think that's so
It's so
interesting.
different. I think that we classify a lot
Mm-hmm.
and we don't mix, which I think I don't think it's a good thing. I think that it's just the way that we think in general, that this is the place of work and
Yeah.
this is my private life,
Yeah.
and we don't think to mix this.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, it would be rare, I think, that a colleague invites people from work for a, I don't know, a
Like
house
an
party or something
apero or something.
at his house.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's rare
Okay. Yeah. They haven't
because
been
we
to
don't
one.
think that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's too bad. It should be more, I don't know, more open in this way.
Yeah, and I like it. I mean, I think there's pros and cons to both, right? And it's not to say that in the US you have people who aren't private
Yeah, of course.
as well. But I like to get to know people because when
Yeah.
you think about work, you work so many years and so many hours with people.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know people as who they are holistically. And I want
Yeah.
people to know who I am holistically
Yeah.
because obviously work is important, but I do so much more than work. And so much more is
Okay,
important
but
to me.
I have two questions on this.
Yeah.
So the first one is, it's easier. Do you think it's, of course, it seems easier for an expat to be friend with other expats.
Mm-hmm.
Most of what I heard about expats living in Switzerland is that they think it's very easy to meet people who are not Swiss, and they think
Mm-hmm.
that it's very rare to become friends with Swiss people. Is that also your experience?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. And I have to be fair to Swiss citizens and residents. I'm not exactly going out of my way to find them and become friends with them,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
meet most people through work or
Yes.
through certain, like a concert or a show or something.
Yeah.
And so I find expats, we're all kind of in the same boat when we show up.
Yeah.
We need friends, we want
That's
friends.
interesting. Yeah.
And so it's much easier to make
So you
friends.
have common grounds and
Exactly.
shared experiences.
Exactly. But
which
I mean,
is easier, yeah.
And it is easier. But there's plenty of very, very kind and very generous Swiss people who I've met
of course,
and you know, gone to their houses or are developing friendships with. And I think that can't be overstated enough.
Yeah. Okay. The second questions I had was, do you think that maybe it's not really a good thing to be very close or to know private stuff about your colleagues? It could maybe make it then difficult at work or weird.
Yeah. It's a great question because I think if I was 22 and I was coming straight from university, I would say, yes, you shouldn't know things about your colleagues. You should be very private, very professional.
Yeah.
And that was really what like business school taught us, is that you need to be professional at work. You need to show up and always be consistent and always be the same. And what I've learned, at least in the US and here and through my experiences, is that we're all people at the end of the day. Some days you have good days, some days you have bad days, and you're only as strong as, you know, what you're able to bring to your team and what your team's able to bring to you. And so for me, part of that's being vulnerable. Yes, and if you don't have a good day or you're going through something, share that. Because I would pick up, you know, if one of my team members is struggling, I'm happy to pick that up. Yeah, but I can't help them if I don't know that something's going on.
Yeah. Of course, we're all human and living stuff, but yeah, it shouldn't be, you know, there's limits to it, I think.
Of course. I think there's
because
some
then
things
it can
that
become very unprofessional. Yes.
And that's where we go back to the work drama. And that's where it's very interesting.
Yes. Okay, but interesting. Okay. My next question is, what is something that would be totally normal in the US but would feel completely out of place here in Switzerland?
I think there's probably a lot, and it will depend on where you come from in the US.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think something that I miss a lot is just like going outside and looking like crap. And it sounds so silly, but I feel in Switzerland there's so much pressure to look good.
Do you think so?
I think so. I think so. To be honest, Boston is rated consistently as one of the worst dressed cities in America. So we're just wearing gym clothes all the time. And we think that's acceptable to wear to almost any sort of event. Dinner, whatever it is.
Dinner. You will go to restaurants wearing gym clothes.
Cheesecake Factory, you can.
Okay, well, we don't have that.
Yes, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, if you're going to a nice dinner, no. But
But
the
whatever dinner,
yeah,
I wouldn't go. I would dress a little bit.
yes, yeah, and I don't think everyone would or everyone does. And
Okay.
so, I mean, for me, like if I just go to the grocery store, I just want to go get, a coffee or do something. Like I miss just being able to walk out of the house in like a sweatshirt and shorts and flip
Do
flops.
you think if you would do this, people would look at you different, like weird?
I think so. I mean, I
I'm not
already think
sure.
people look at me weird,
No,
but then
stop.
I don't know why. But I think that's part of it. Because every time I walk out of the house here, I'm so impressed by how dressed up people are of
Really?
all ages,
Okay.
all times of day.
Okay.
I mean, like I'll go skiing at like 6 in the morning. I'll
Uh-huh.
be taking a train, and there's people like fully dressed up. I don't know
Uh-huh.
where they're going or what they're doing,
Okay.
but it's very, very different
Okay.
to my experience in the U.S.
Yeah. I don't notice it because for me maybe it's very normal.
Of
Maybe if
course,
I would go to Boston, I will think why everybody's in their pajamas.
yes, yes. Like it's like leggings or yoga pants.
Uh-huh.
You can wear those to almost anything.
Okay.
And for guys, it's like a t-shirt and just
Yeah.
basketball shorts or
Okay.
something, or
Okay.
Lululemon shorts or bird dogs or whatever
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
is the popular shorts now.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's very different. It's
Yeah.
very different, but it's nice. It is good that people put care
Uh-huh.
into like how they look and how they present themselves. I like that a lot.
Okay. Okay. It's good.
Yeah.
But still, you can wear whatever you want.
I'm too
Okay.
scared. I'm too scared.
Okay. Next question. What do you think social life differs between the US and Switzerland, especially in terms of making friends, building community? But we've talked about this a little bit, but
Mm.
if you could develop a little bit of how challenging it is, or
Yeah, I think
what's the difference?
one of the differences is kind of maybe the settings that
Mm-hmm.
you use to make friends or how you hang out with people. I
Mm-hmm.
think in the US, I was also very used to, you just like invite people over to your house.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't, again, maybe it goes back to like, I'm too nervous to do that with people here because I
Yeah.
would think about the whole privacy thing. And is that too much? Is that too forwards?
To invite people or
Yeah, to like
ah,
invite people, to like host people.
yeah,
Because when I have gone to people's houses here,
yeah,
it's very nice. Like their houses are sparkling clean, they've cooked something, they have drinks. It's like, to me,
yeah.
it's almost like a party, a formal
Uh-huh.
party or invitation
Okay.
that they have. And for me, that's a lot of pressure.
So you would invite people over without having cooked
Yes.
anything
Yes.
and your place is a mess.
Maybe not a mess, but yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
I just think that in
Yeah,
the
that's
US, it was so much more casual
okay.
about hanging out or chilling. It's
Yeah.
just, hey, like come over, we'll sit, I don't know, maybe have a drink, like maybe order some food if we
Mhm.
want to. Maybe we'll go out afterwards or we'll go
Mhm.
do something.
Yeah.
But to me, I felt less pressure
Yeah.
in hosting people, and I really
Yes.
love to host people,
Okay.
but now I've realized I'm maybe not so good of a host with people when I look at what everyone else is doing.
Okay.
And so that I think adds a little bit of complexity to then how do you build those relationships and how do you
Mm,
build those friendships,
okay.
because maybe not everyone wants to go drinking, so then like you're not going to go to a bar, or like maybe not everyone wants to go hiking, so then you're not
Mhm.
going to all go hiking. And so you have to kind of find
Mhm.
a space to build those relationships that's comfortable for everyone, and where I don't know people or I don't know what people culturally are interested in,
Mhm.
it's a bit of a guessing game.
Okay.
But I think that's life. It's
Yeah.
about trial and error and just figuring things out as you go.
Yes. Okay.
So any tips there would be much appreciated.
I mean, I think you should do whatever feels right to you. If you want to invite people over, I think that people will be very happy to go. I
Mm.
don't think they would judge you, or I don't think that they would say, "Oh, there's no dinner here. What's happening?"
Hmm.
If you're close with these people.
Yeah.
Um, if you invite over people you don't know really well, then it's more formal,
Yeah.
obviously. But then I think that if it makes you happy, you should do this. You shouldn't
That's a
think
good
about
point.
it too much. You should just do
Because
it.
it'll either work or not work.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's my
Laissez-faire.
that's
Laissez-faire.
my recommendation. Okay. Okay, what has been the biggest personal challenge in adapting to Swiss life, and what has it taught you about yourself?
I think I laugh because it's not a flattering thing that I've learned about myself. One of my biggest challenges with Switzerland is how much the country runs on things being done in person or being done via post.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know, in the US, I'm just so much more used to things being digitalized.
Like what?
I think I requested a rent deduction or reduction the other week. That has to be sent via post, and you have to send a letter, and you have to get a letter back.
Yes.
And like all of my bills come via post.
Okay.
And I want them to come via email.
Yeah.
I never received post in the US.
Okay.
Okay. And so it's for me, it's just very, very strange that everything is done that way, or like registering with the Gemeinde or the community, all of that's done in person.
Yes.
And to me, I don't know why. Like, just click something online that says renew, and then it's renewed. Like, I haven't had to renew something in person, even when I lived in the US for my driver's license, for example.
Yeah. It's online.
Yeah, you just go. I mean, you do your first test in person.
Yeah, but then
I
you
was
renew
16,
it. Yeah.
And then you just renew it. You click a button, pay $50, and they send you a new one.
Okay.
So that to me, I thought was just so different and so crazy. And like the whole tax system where they send you a return by mail or by post, and then they'll send you an assessment by post, and then they'll send you a tax bill by post, and my US returns are just all online. And they're not done very well, to be honest. It's not
no,
like
I think
Nordic
it should be
system.
more. I never thought about this really, because for me it's so normal.
Exactly. It's the way of life here.
Yeah.
And I think, so what I've learned about myself is I really like convenience.
Yeah.
And for me, convenience is having things online.
Yeah.
You just click, you're done.
Which will be very nice even for someone like me who's used to receiving paper. I think I would prefer to receive everything by mail. Yeah. But I never thought about it. Yeah. Really?
It's very, very, very strange to me.
Oh, okay.
How much
it's so
things
interesting.
had to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much things had to be in person.
Yeah, I don't realize. Okay.
No, it's even like I was scheduling a doctor's appointment the other week, and they were like, for this doctor, you have to call the office. And so I call the office, and they're like, okay, yeah, here's the appointment. So it's not like there's any questions they needed to ask or anything. It's just you can't schedule that doctor's appointment online. I don't know why. And it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is.
Yes.
And I would love a
That's
digital
funny. Yeah.
Digital experience.
Okay, we'll take note of this. Has living in Switzerland changed some values or ideas at all? Like, do you feel more European now in how you think or perceive things?
It's a interesting question, because so funnily, one of my friends got so mad when someone described living here as European.
Because we're not in Europe.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. It's like Switzerland's not in Europe. And even if you're in Germany, which is Europe, right? The EU, Germany's so different than every other country in the EU.
Yeah.
Different than Spain, different than France,
Italy,
like whatever, Italy. And so I have learned to not say European.
Yes, that's a good thing.
Yes.
That's a good thing. We're very proud not to be in Europe, I think, generally.
I've learned that. Yeah. I've learned that. I'm happy to be here, so I'm also proud to not be in Europe, I guess.
Okay. But still for the question, has living in Switzerland changed some values that you had?
I don't know if it's...
Or change your point of view on certain things?
I think for me, it's not so much that it's changed. I think it's really validated how I feel and how I look at things. And easiest one is work-life balance,
Okay.
right? In the US, you are living to work. You don't take vacation, you're working long
Okay.
hours, you are working weekends.
Yeah.
And here I see so many people, and I don't really like that mindset. I don't like that way of living, right? Because it's not so much living. And here I see so many people that still work incredibly hard, but they prioritize doing things before work, after work, with their friends, with their families, on the weekends, on holidays. And they're taking 5-6 weeks of holidays. They're not working while they're on holiday. And that to me was how I thought life should work.
Yeah.
But it doesn't in the US.
Okay.
Or at least it doesn't in my experience.
Okay.
And here it does. And so that was really refreshing to see, because I think having role models is important. And seeing people here living a life that I want to be living was really, really important, because it means it's possible.
Yeah.
You know? And so I look at that, I look at the quality of life that people have here, and it's so incredibly high.
Okay.
And so I just think, why wouldn't we do this everywhere
Okay.
all the time?
Yeah, that's good.
Right? And
I think still people work a lot
I agree.
here, but there's, for most of the people, a clear separation between private life and work. So yeah, totally.
I think that, and I think just the general views on, you know, what are the biggest issues, or some of the biggest issues that face us as a civilization, as a community, you know, as a global population. And I'm not going to say that Switzerland's perfect, but I think that people care about climate change. People are doing something about climate change. And, you know, I will not go into US politics, but I don't see the same attention being paid to things that are really important to me, and I think are really important to people in general.
Sure.
I don't see that same attention being given to those in the US.
Interesting. So it's better here.
I think it's better here. Could because I just don't speak the language, so I don't know what anything's doing.
Okay, if you could bring one Swiss trait into the US or the opposite, what would it be?
If I had to bring something to the US from Switzerland, it would be really what we just covered, the quality of life.
Okay.
And making sure that you're actually living and enjoying your life.
Yeah.
I just think that's so important, because we only get one life, and we have no idea how long it is. And so why would you be wasting even a single minute of it doing something that doesn't bring you fulfillment, or that doesn't bring you happiness?
Yeah.
And of course that needs to be within reason.
Yeah.
But I think that's really, really important to really be living your truth on a daily basis.
Of course.
And so I see that, at least for myself, more in Switzerland. And I would want to make sure that people back home also are living their truth, whatever that looks like.
Okay. Yeah.
And then something to bring to Switzerland
from the US.
This goes back to my need for convenience.
What is it?
And very selfish. But I wish things were more open on Sundays.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yes. I agree. Even I think Swiss people wish that things would be open.
Really?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. It's so annoying that, for me, for example, I work the whole week. After work, I don't have enough time to go grocery shopping and do things that I want to do. So I would do everything only on Saturday, which gives you just one day. So it is annoying. I wish I had more time. I wish that stores would be open later during the week.
Yes.
And Sundays would be great. I don't think, because Sunday is supposed to be a very peaceful day.
Yes.
I don't think it will be less peaceful, or it will be chaos if things are open on Sundays.
Yeah.
So yeah, I totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah, and I again, I don't want to miss up whatever Switzerland has perfected in terms of this work-life balance and resting on Sundays, because I do think that's so important. But I would love more things to be open on
I
Sunday.
agree. I
Yes.
agree. Um, my last question is, what part of Swiss way of life have you actually adopted and what do you still resist to do?
What have I adopted? I think again, it just goes back to like the silence and the peace and the
Uh-huh.
solitude. At first, it was very uncomfortable,
Okay.
and now it's something that's really grown on me. And
Okay.
combining that, listening to yourself, spending time with friends or spending time with family, and then combining that with the rest, that's something that I have absolutely loved
Mm-hmm.
and really taken internally. And if I were to ever, hopefully not, but if I were to ever leave Switzerland and move, that would 100% be something that I take with me
Uh-huh.
because it's
Okay.
just so, I find it so incredibly centering
Yeah,
and really, really valuable.
that's great.
And then, of course, the fondue. It
Yeah,
goes without saying. I
you
could
love
never
it?
live without
I
fondue
love it
again.
too.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
it's great. It's our biggest pride as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's great. No, it's great. Um, yeah, I think so. You said a lot of nice things about Switzerland.
Mm.
If you had like something to complain a little bit about Switzerland, something that you really dislike about living in Switzerland,
Hmm.
what would it be?
So Sundays are a big
Uh huh.
one. Again, going back to convenience, I miss having fast casual food like a Chipotle or
Uh
just
huh.
something that's not fast food, but it's a little bit faster
Okay.
than a sit down meal.
Yeah.
Um, I think the other thing that's really challenging is the cost of living.
Okay. Yeah.
I think looking at not that Boston is cheap, it was very, very
Uh huh.
expensive, but just looking at how difficult it is to find somewhere to live
Yeah.
and then how expensive it is
Yes.
to actually pay for it,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very, very challenging.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
Totally understand.
a burden on, I think, so many people.
Yeah.
And so I would love to see, more housing built and developed
Uh huh.
sustainably, of course, and not disrupting any sort of,
Mm-hmm.
existing environments or ecosystems, but
Okay.
just a way to really facilitate Switzerland's um, expansion and growth because it's such a vibrant country. And I
Mm-hmm.
think there's so many talented and smart people
Mm-hmm.
here. And it's clear that Switzerland is leading the way in so many fields.
Okay. Yeah.
But to be able to continue to grow and do that is, you have to be able to house the people who are contributing to those
Yeah.
projects.
Okay.
And I think
Yeah,
that
it's a
that's
big challenge here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
something that I don't know
It's
how
very
much
difficult.
Switzerland does in terms of affordable housing
Yeah.
and looking really at
Yeah. It's very difficult.
making it sustainable.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
answering all my questions. Thank you very much for sharing your time with me today. Thank you.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. And thank you for everybody who is listening or watching, and see you next time.